trying to process the loss of old friends. Scars, old scars, I keep in jars, collect them like a badge, won't forget the past, those old friends.
All right, I flew all the way from Washington State to Palm Bay, Florida to test ride and review the brand new 2026 Harley-Davidson Police Road Glide. And no, it is not just a civilian version with emergency lights. It actually differs in quite a few ways. And I'll tell you, they put a lot of thought into it. So if you're a motor officer or in charge of a motors unit and you want to know everything there is to know about the Harley-Davidson Police Road Glide, you've definitely come to the right place. Oh, and if you're just generally curious about the Police Road Glide and what makes it different, stick around for the video. I'd love to have you. And so in this video, I'm going to give you a detailed overview of this bike, what it has to offer, and what tech and features are now integrated directly from the factory. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's dive in.
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. He always been faking me out.
So let's rewind for a moment and set the stage. For decades, the undisputed king of police motorcycles has been the Harley-Davidson Electra Glide with that iconic batwing fairing. Its classic silhouette is etched into the memories of countless Americans. Timeless, instantly recognizable, and deeply connected to law enforcement tradition. But the landscape has shifted in recent years. The massive popularity of the shark nose fairing seen in the Mission King of the Baggers race series, which I follow closely, has really changed the game. Harley-Davidson has poured significant resources into race-driven research and development, and we've watched that technology steadily trickle down into the bikes you and I can actually ride. For a while, I had a pretty good feeling that Harley was working on a shark nose fairing police model, the Road Glide. And here's why. Back in May of 2023, during the North American Motor Officers Association training conference and competition in my hometown of Yakima, Washington, the Harley police rep quietly rolled a regular Road Glide into their booth. He encouraged officers to try it out, and of course, I took full advantage. I ran it through the course and had an absolute blast. Looking back, it's clear Harley was planting the seeds, getting officers and departments used to the idea of a police road glide. And in hindsight, I have to say, well played, Harley. Then in September of 2023, I traveled to Milwaukee for Harley's 120th anniversary homecoming event. And that's when Harley officially announced a police road glide was coming. Now, the bike they showed me wasn't a finished product, more of a teaser than a reveal. But it confirmed what many of us had suspected, and so we waited. And so fast forward to November of 2025, the Shark Nose Road Glide has exploded in popularity with consumers, and it makes perfect sense that the police lineup would finally follow. Which brings me here, to Palm Bay, Florida, where Harley-Davidson has unveiled the official 2026 Police Road Glide. And let me tell you, she's a beauty. All right, I've officially arrived here at Space Coast Harley-Davidson here in Palm Bay, Florida.
So I'm the police and fleet rep for the Southeast. I cover from Washington, D.C. down to Florida here, Alabama, Tennessee, and Mississippi. What the police and fleet rep does for Harley is basically I'm kind of like the go-between person from, we like to say cops don't speak dealer and dealer don't speak cops. So Harley provides us with demo bikes, and we come to all police events and conferences, anything that's law enforcement promoting a police bike and getting basically butts in seats to ride the bike. And here we're here with the new model year 26, the new Road Glide, the FLRTXP, and a ton of changes, a truly totally different design motorcycle. So here, and hoping to go over with you guys and get you to ride it and tell us what you think about it.
I'm excited to learn about it, and also, like me, recently retired motors officer. So is Rob. Where'd you serve?
I was in Charleston, South Carolina, and did 25 years there, retired in 2013.
Nice. Well, thanks for having us, and I'm excited to learn about this bike. Let's do
Excited
it.
to show it to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Today I see our reflections clearly in Hollywood, laying on the
the screen. You just need a
And want to introduce the all-new 2026 Police Road Glide, the FLTR XP. It's truly simply turnkey, and it's not. And we went one step farther. It's not like where the bike comes and then we send it in a package and then the dealer puts everything on. It leaves York, Pennsylvania, just like it is right there. And I mean, literally, if the bike got to your dealership at 9 o'clock that morning, you could easily that afternoon be riding off with it.
So let's dig into the specs on the brand new 2026 Harley-Davidson Police Road Glide and really see how it stacks up. And if you're new to the channel, I was a longtime police motor officer and instructor, so I certainly feel qualified to review this bike. One thing worth noting right out of the gate is that Harley-Davidson has a police advisory board made up of law enforcement motors officers, and they listen closely. That's how the idea and eventual production of a Road Glide police model came to be. This was not a quick or hasty decision. The feedback was universal. Motors officers wanted more speed and quicker acceleration, and it makes sense. When you're starting at zero chasing down violators or quickly moving from the back to the front during a police escort detail, power really matters. And to address all that input, Harley chose the 121 cubic inch Milwaukee 8 engine with variable valve timing, or VVT. Now, you first saw this motor in 2023.5 CVO models. I was one of the very first to test ride that engine back in 2023 in Monterey, California, and trust me, it's as smooth as butter. This motor is 1,982 cc and produces 115 horsepower and 139 foot-pounds of torque at 3,000 RPM, with power delivery that's extremely smooth and consistent. And you want that torque in the lower end range for getting up to speed quicker, as mentioned earlier. And for comparison, the recent 117 cubic inch police models had 105 horsepower and 130 foot-pounds of torque at 3,250 RPM. So the 121 with VVT is a big step up. And the numbers back it up. 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds, 0 to 100 in 12.6 seconds, and the top speed of 120 miles per hour. For perspective, previous models took 19 seconds to reach 100 miles per hour. This is a massive performance upgrade and will be welcomed by officers. Now let's talk about one of Harley's best moves with this bike. For the first time, the 2026 Police Road Glide comes fully equipped from the factory, exactly as you see it here. Back when I'd received new police Harleys, the process was always a hassle. Parts had to be ordered, installed, and programmed at the dealership, often causing long delays. Now everything is integrated and installed right at the factory. All a dealership has to do is plug the bike into Digital Technician 2 and program a few options. Things like Code 3 LED emergency light patterns and colors, headlight wigwag patterns, whether the siren shuts off when the kickstand goes down, light pattern speeds when the bike is leaned 8 degrees on the stand, and it's as simple as checking boxes in the software. Now, I'll admit during development I was skeptical they'd actually equip this bike with the full touchscreen infotainment control unit, or IFCU, and integrated digital dash. For years, they didn't include the older boombox on the Electric Glide police bikes, and that always irritated me. But Harley delivered, and not only is the IFCU included, it's been specifically programmed so officers can see emergency light and siren information directly on the screen. The IFCU features AM/FM radio and 2 dash speakers, built-in GPS navigation, USB Type-C phone port inside the right glove box, Bluetooth pairing for music and phone calls, and yes, wireless Apple CarPlay, but that does require a wireless Cardo PackTalk Edge Bluetooth headset. You can customize the gauge layouts, change display themes, and control everything by touchscreen or with the toggles on the bars. I've been using the IFCU approaching 2 years now, and it's a fabulous unit. All right, let's move on to the Chop Tour Pack. Some might wonder why it's not the full-size trunk, but there are 2 solid reasons. Aerodynamics, important when you're topping out at 120 miles per hour. And number 2, the electrical system is upgraded and the bike no longer requires a second battery in the trunk, freeing up valuable space. Inside the trunk, you now get 4 factory installed power plugs, ready to run things like laptops, printers, police radios, radar units, you name it. No more cutting and splicing wires. The bike also includes load shift, meaning if the battery charge gets low, systems will progressively shut down before it ever leaves you stranded. And that's a major improvement. And yes, whenever I'm out riding, I'm always wearing the same progressive modern protective gear I've personally tested, approved, and that we've added to the Law Abiding Biker store. And I'll link to everything in the description below. My jacket, jeans, boots, helmet, gloves, yes, even the base layers. And don't forget, you get free shipping on orders over $100, and there's no sales tax if you live outside Washington State. And the bike continues to use the traditional police tractor seat, giving the rider a more aggressive and commanding position. The big upgrade? The seat is now 3-position height adjustable, rocking up and down in the rear and moving riders up and closer to the tank if needed. This eliminates all the PVC pipe and homemade seat mod hacks officers have been using for years. The laden seat height is 31.3 inches compared to 26.6 inches on a civilian Road Glide, so it sits noticeably taller. All right, I just want to show you guys, I'm 5'8", and of course it's a different setup on these bikes. You've got the taller bars, the Road Glides, so a lot of guys may have concerns about that. Plus, the tractor seat adjusts. Right now, the tractor seat is at its lowest adjustment. It's got 2 more adjustments up. So as you can see, can't see the other side, but I am just flat-footed. So we didn't have a ton of time to mess with the seat. So honestly, on a day-to-day basis, I don't know whether I would raise it or not. Because if I do raise it, I am not going to be quite flat-footed, which is fine. But definitely something you'll have to get used to there. The nice thing is, because the bars are taller, they are pulled back a little bit, so it actually fits me really well. And even riding in the lowest position, I was able to choke up, and I can still do full bar lock turns without my arms completely extended out. If I were to raise that one, it probably would put me in a little bit better position up and forward to where I wouldn't have to choke up as much, but it's nice. That's super cool that the adjustment here is on that seat, but 5'8" and flat-footed, so don't have any worries there. On both left and right control clusters, Harley integrated large red police equipment switches, making siren and lighting control simple and intuitive. The bike also comes with heated grips, with a recessed push-button control on the left grip end, and an adjustable front brake lever. Now, there is no clutch lever adjustment, so you can't fine-tune where you want the clutch to engage off the grip and where you want the friction zone to sit. And yes, they're still using the yellow plastic cable adjuster with the red button, and it's located along the left frame down tube. It works, but there's zero fine-tuning. It just takes up slack and puts the lever back to stock after the clutch plates have worn. Of course, that's easily fixed using aftermarket parts we carry right in the law-abiding biker store, including the Fatbagger's Easy Clutch Cable Adjuster, the MUELLER Power Clutch, reducing lever pull by 45%, and our PSR ANTHEM Pro fully adjustable levers. And we help motors units worldwide with these setups and mods, so feel free to reach out through the Law Abiding Biker Store contact form anytime if you have questions. We have real-world experience and expertise. So now let's talk suspension and braking. I was very pleased to see Harley step up their rear suspension game. The bike now comes with adjustable Showa rear shocks, which have the standard 3 inches of travel. And yes, you can now actually set proper preload with an included spanner wrench. And there is a rebound dampening adjustment knob at the bottom. And there's also a fine-tuned preload knob accessible on the left side near the saddlebag for on-the-fly load changes. And this alone will make a big difference in ride quality and handling. And up front, you still get the standard 49mm dual bending valve forks with 4.6 inches of travel. And here's where I have a small complaint. Now, since this is a police model and will be ridden by trained professionals, I really hoped Harley would include inverted performance forks like on the CVO Road Glide ST, and also the Brembo radial mounted brakes. Both these items offer superior performance and handling. Instead, it has the standard 32mm 4-piston axial mounted calipers, 2 in the front and 1 in the rear, just like the civilian models. Now I get it, cost does matter for departments, which is why the decision was likely made. They packed in a ton of upgrades already. But yeah, I will admit, I was selfishly hoping for these 2 upgrades. And a few more things that stood out. It has a chopped rear side on the front fender with no skirt, which prevents cones from being caught up and bending the fender during training drills. And we've all seen that. The handlebars are the same as the civilian Road Glide and offer some limited forward back adjustability. You also get sport, road, and rain ride modes plus a custom mode, all selectable from the right control cluster and displayed on the IFCU. And the bike includes all the latest rider safety tech, to include traction control, ABS, linked braking, cornering enhanced ABS and traction control, drag slip torque control, tire pressure monitoring, and vehicle hold control, also known as hill assist. And just real quick, if you haven't seen my latest motorcycle documentary film, make sure to check it out. And it's available right here on the channel. It's titled The Glacier Ride on Harleys That Tested Us All and Changed Everything. And I'll link to it in the description below. Join us as we ride Harley-Davidson touring bikes deep into Canada and across the border into Hyder, Alaska, chasing adventure, brotherhood, and breathtaking scenery. Over 11 days, we face unpredictable weather, off-road challenges, and one of the wildest destinations you'll ever see on a Harley, Salmon Glacier. It's an epic journey where freedom meets the unknown and memories are forged on the open road. Don't miss this ride that will change how you see motorcycles, adventure, and life itself. And in running order, this bike weighs 904 pounds, which is 66 pounds heavier than a civilian standard Road Glide due to all the integrated police equipment. And I really enjoyed the time I had with this bike, and I would absolutely love to ride it day-to-day handling traffic enforcement. It's an amazing machine, and Harley truly nailed the tech and performance upgrades. The fact that it now comes fully equipped straight from the factory is a huge benefit, saving departments time, money, and frustrations. And this channel is a community of bikers helping bikers, so drop your comments below. Tell me what you think about the new 2026 Harley-Davidson Police Road Glide. I love reading your comments, and I know Harley reps pop in and out too. And if you want a video on the modifications I would make if this were my daily police bike, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. And all the motors officers out there, be safe, don't neglect regular training, and thanks for your service.